I'm talking about Luke 17 verses 26 and 27. And well, we're reminded that Jesus pointed back to Genesis. He pointed back to the story of Noah when he said, as it was in the days of Noah, so it will be also in the days of the Son of Man, referring to his second coming. They ate, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark and the flood came and destroyed them all. We left some homework from the very first time they won. We asked about the length, the duration, the length for Noah's stay on the ark once they boarded the ark, and that door was shut until the moment they came off the ark. How long was that? Have you been able to do the math? Have you been able to get the numbers figured out? Go ahead, give it a shot. Let us know what you think what the length was. We also asked about what was the detail about Noah's account, the narrative that gives us pre-flood, during the flood, and after the flood that you like the most. What stands out in your mind as something fascinating that you like to point out? We also said that when Jesus pointed back to Genesis 6 through 8, that's where the flood account, the narrative is found. He was giving us a glimpse of the end time scenario, the principle behind it, the backdrop, what society, what the culture, what, the feeling, what the environment and climate would be in the end time. And he pointed back to Noah's day. We also spoke about how Jesus, of all things he could have pointed out end time scenario, he chose to go with they ate, they drank, they married wives, and they were given in marriage. Why? We were asking, why do you think so? Now, granted, there's a lot of stuff taking place, a lot of stuff packed into those details. But at face value, we gotta respect the text. We gotta respect scripture. Had Jesus wanted to say something else that was required for us to know and to keep in mind in the context of what he's sharing, end time scenario, he would have himself spoken about it, but he didn't. He left it at that. We also spoke about the difference between urgent and important. How the things that Jesus pointed out, they ate, they drank, they married wives, and they were given in marriage. Those were important things, very important things that were part of life. Jesus created those things. God created those things for us to enjoy. He blessed marriage. So it's not the fact that they did those things, it's when they did those things. It's when they decided to get those things done and what was taking place at that specific moment, given the warning of 120 years plus an extra week where they had just witnessed amazing supernatural developments in front of them as the animals and also as Noah and family boarded the ark. And that door was shut by an angel himself. The next thing I want to close with is there are at least 3 doomsday stories in the Bible, 3 doomsday narratives. Number 1, the flood. Number 2, Sodom and Gomorrah. And number 3, Nineveh. Remember, these 3 stories give us a glimpse of an end time scenario / doomsday climate or environment, with the exception of Nineveh. If you notice in Luke 17 verses 26 through 29, only Noah's story and also Sodom and Gomorrah are included in there as what Jesus wanted to point out as part of the end time preparation or warning, but not Nineveh. Why? In the end time, when Jesus comes back a second time, it'll be more so like Noah's scenario or Sodom and Gomorrah. In this case, we're focusing on the days of Noah. So go back to Genesis 6 through 8. We'll start going into that next time. You take care and God bless.